Welcome to
Knit One, Heart Two.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37 on Ravelry.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Winnie on Ravelry and Penny Winnie 2 on Spark People, if anybody is interested. And we also are Knit One, Heart 2 on Plurk now.
Now, if you notice a -W or a -S, we only have one Plurk account because really that's all we can handle between the two of us. So obviously -W is Wendy and
we try to put the letter on the end so you know which one of us
as much as we can. So if you see two responses to your Plurk, it's probably because
both of us responded. But Plurk's been really fun. So
we're
if you're
enjoying it a lot.
New Plurk friend, hi! Thank you for joining us on Plurk. Hi.
So
all right, so let's get right into it.
Right into business
on the dance card.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, let's go first.
I know. I like to make you go first.
I put my name first every time.
That's because you alphabetically, Sheila comes before Wendy. That's how I do it.
I never realized.
That's how I do it. Okay, so on the needles is my traveling sweater by A. Karen Alfke, who designed it for Blue Moon Fiber Arts. It's $6.50 for the pattern. I think you have to order it from the Blue Moon Fiber Arts website or get it at one of their shows. My particular pattern came from Stitches. So I'm not sure, but I think you order it from them. It's in Valley Yarns Northfield, which I have to tell you, I'm really liking this yarn base. Not a huge Valley Yarns fan of the stuff that I've knit with already, but this is a nice base. It's the Northfield, 70% merino, 20% alpaca, 10% silk. And I am about halfway through the middle of the third wedge. You can see, let's see if I can hold it over here, wrong end. All right, from this part here, I am holding the wrong end. Already this is bad. There you go. Okay, I'm putting it on my chest here. All right, from here to here is a wedge. So this is one wedge. This is the second wedge, and as you can see, I'm a significant piece of the way done.
How many wedges? With
the third wedge. There were 8 wedges of this.
Okay.
And it's not going to look this small. It actually will block out quite large.
Yeah.
And it feels wonderful. I'm really happy with the yarn.
Ooh.
Isn't it nice?
That is nice.
It's really nice. And right now, Webb's is having a sale on this yarn. It went down to $3.50 a skein. So if you're interested in trying it out, I think I paid $4.99 a skein for it. So yeah, it's on sale. And if you buy more than $100 with the order, you'll get 25% off, which is even better. But I'm really liking it. It has a nice, soft, light halo of the alpaca. And the silk and the merino just make it luscious, and I'm so glad I decided to do it out of this.
It's very nice. I mean, that's a DK weight.
DK weight.
Now, just out of curiosity, I shop at Webb's when I am looking for yarn. Do they have a worsted weight in that? Do you know?
I don't know if they have a worsted weight in this blend, but they probably do.
Sure
they have a huge selection of Valley yarns. And if you search on their website and search for yarn by manufacturer and pick Valley Yarns, you can see everything that they have and all the different weights. And but this is right now. Somebody told me on Monday this is on sale. Yeah, like 3 weeks after I bought mine, it's on sale.
Isn't that always
whatever.
the case, though?
But anyway, the other thing about this, I was jokingly referring to this as the sweater of doom last time, but I'm actually really enjoying knitting it. It's relaxing. It's a
mindless enough
2x2 ribbing. So if you really hate ribbing, this sweater is not for you. But you basically knit about half of the wedge in 2x2, and then you do short rows across to make it get the wedge shape. And then you start that over again. So just when I'm about sick of knitting the rows in 2x2 across, I start doing the short row, and that kind of makes it more interesting. Yeah. And about the time I'm sick of doing all the short rows, I'm back to knitting just the straight back and forth. And it's only a little over 100 stitches wide. So it's flying along. My craptastic week is making it not go as quickly as I'd like, but so far I'm really loving this knit, and I think at this point, and the knitting gods are going to strike me down.
Don't say it then, don't say it.
I think I'm going to get it done before I go to Germany.
Oh, it's doomed now, it's doomed now. She just jinxed herself.
But that's on the needles for me. And the Summer's End sweater that I showed you last time, that's technically on my needles, but I haven't touched it.
Got no love.
No, because I'm really enjoying doing the traveling sweater. I love it.
You really, as much as you have many things on the needles, you're really more of a monogamous knitter.
I do tend to focus on one main project. It's just that I like to have options. And I almost started something last night, but I had no energy left last night. So all I have on the needles to show you is the traveling sweater, which I think this is pretty significant progress.
From 1 week, especially in DK weight on size.
DK weight on size 3 needles, which is US
3, right? But
3.25, I think, millimeters.
No, that can't be right.
I don't know. I just made that number up. I'm sorry.
US 3 is
3.
that doesn't. Metric is 3.25.
3.25 millimeters. I was right. I pulled that number out of my hiney, but I was right.
That doesn't sound right because I didn't think it was so close.
Okay, Sheila doesn't believe me, but I'm pretty sure.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's 3.25 millimeters. I don't know why I know that.
I'm sorry.
If I'm wrong, somebody make a comment.
No, it's 3.25 millimeters. Sorry.
I guess I did know that. No, it's going really well. Different. And the other sweater is just going to stay in the side. I might bring that with me to Germany and have that be one of my traveling projects because it's a nice big worsted weight. The pink one.
Summer's End.
I know it's big for traveling. I also might cast on socks.
So that you have, I don't blame you on that.
We'll talk about that in the next section show. So that's it for me. That's all I have on the needles.
I have a couple of things on the needles. I cast on a pair of socks, speaking of socks. I received this skein of yarn from a fellow knit night person. Joan gave me this. It's Louette Gems. She was working on it, decided she didn't like it, and said, "Here, have it." I'm
Hold
like,
it closer because it's really pretty.
You can't. It's a brown with gray, maybe. I don't know the color.
It looks brown and orange to me.
Yeah.
Orange and brown.
Yeah, maybe tan and rust or something.
It's pretty.
It's not really orange.
Can't really see it at all on our.
That's not bad. You can almost see the two colors. So it's Louette Gems fingering, which typically calls for 2 skeins to make a pair of socks.
Yes.
So I'm doing 2 at a time, toe up on a circular needle. I like to use 32-inch needle.
I'm a 40-incher.
Only because this gets in the way a lot. So I'm going to do either a short row heel or an afterthought heel. I haven't decided which. And then knit for whenever the cuff runs out because I don't want any more, I don't want to end this. But
I told Sheila this morning and she already knew about this hint and she says hers doesn't get tangled up.
Well,
but
it doesn't because of the way I do it.
On the way she does it. But on Plurk, I do 2 at a time like this where one's coming out of the top of the skein and one is coming out of the side of the skein. Somebody on Plurk, Jeanette, wait, I wrote it down because
Mary Gail asked. Mary Gail, she's Mary Gail on Plurk, but she's exchange student in Fiberland, asked how to keep it from tangling.
And Jeanette 93, who I asked to be my friend because I was so impressed by this tip, says she puts it in a plastic bag and pokes 2 holes in it and puts one string through one hole and the other string through the other hole. This kind of looks like we're doing a demonstration on an airplane. I'm sorry. I don't know what just happened there. I am distracted.
Sorry.
And then you zip it in the Ziploc bag and it keeps it from getting tangled up. That is such a cool low-tech idea. I almost wanted to cast on socks right then to try it out. So I am definitely doing that with my socks.
Now,
if I do them for Germany.
Someone else suggested that if you keep your inner end down, this just goes around. Sorry, I moved the camera. This goes around. That's what I do. And I know that if I'm flipping this way, then I flip it the reverse way. That's where my analness and OCD comes into play. Not very often, but it does.
I am too knitting disorganized to remember that. So I'm going with the lunch bag from Jeanette 93.
But where I work like 8 hours, and I can knit at least 6 of those hours. So I throw it on the desk and do it that way. So anyways, that is, like I said, it's Louette Gems fingering. US 1 2.25 millimeters, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the heel yet. Probably a short row.
Do you think you'll have enough to get past the heel at all? Are they going to be
think
like
so.
footy socks?
Yeah, no, yeah, it will just be, you know, anything past
But
the
you're
heel.
going to definitely get it past the heel.
Yeah, because I'm not going to do a gusset or anything, and that will save on the yarn.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So that's why I'm not a big fan of short row heels, because, you know, they don't really fit my, I don't have chubby feet, but I
like
weird
short
feet.
row heels.
But they're a hard fit sometimes. So I was thinking maybe the afterthought heel, because those aren't short row. They got a heel flap. That's a heel flap. See?
Oh, so my mom made these. I guess I don't know what a short row heel is.
I
Go figure.
I don't have one on me, so. Anyway, sorry. What was I going to say? Oh, but I was thinking of trying the afterthought heel. Maybe that would give me a better fit. And I have yarn upstairs, but I don't have that kind of yarn. It's different. I don't have that twist or ply or base. Is probably a good thing of saying it.
I think you'll get enough to make short socks.
I think so.
I think it'll work.
The other thing I have on the needles
More.
is, yeah, and this one I made a lot of progress. It's called Make It Work by Leslie Thompson of the Knit Girls. It's her shawl that she designed, where it's short rows going up and around, and similar to the cedar shawlette.
Yeah.
Where you do short rows. It's made out of Cascade 220. It's a very lovely coral color.
I like it.
It kind of looks orangey shrimp, but it's not. So then when you're done with the short row, you cast on 20 stitches and you start, you know, going up the side.
Oh, yeah. So now how is this going to be a shawl? Like this way?
Yeah. So this is the back. And obviously it will stretch.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I have, yes, I do have a picture of it. This is a pay for pattern, and
here, hold it up close.
I can't see when I do that. That's the problem. You'll have to do it.
I don't. Somehow I can see from here.
So
that's very pretty.
It is. It's a very pretty shawl. It's the pattern is written for small, which is fingering, medium is sport, and large is worsted. The large, which is what I'm doing, Cascade 220 on US size needle, and I just threw that, which is 5.5 millimeters, calls for 400 yards, but I've been reading in the notes, there aren't many projects made out of that yet, that say they needed more than 400 yards. So I have Cascade 220, which is 220, so that's 440.
I was going to say 480. Apparently I can't do math either.
But what I'm doing, and you can check my notes, is I am measuring, I weighed the skein after I did the seed stitch. It could be the cedar garter. I weighed the skein after I did the short row. Mm-hmm. No, I think I weighed it a couple of times. And then there's a section after the short row that you just knit for 4 or 5 rows. I weighed the skein then. And on my first skein, and I started the side of the lace chart right here, where it's probably going to be hard to see, but it goes up the side. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go up the back, the front. This is how much I have left of 220, and I was contemplating cutting it off and starting a new skein, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that amount of yarn. So
just
like,
knit until it's gone.
Well, it's a 20 row repeat, so it's going to at least go up a good portion of it. So, is that all I have? Yeah, I think that's all I have on the, well, I have my Saroyan and my Granny Square, and neither one of those got love this week, so.
No love from Sheila.
No love from me on those.
Alrighty then, so not a lot on the needles this week. Rate your date.
No, 3 projects on the needles, not bad.
Yeah, I guess that's
between
true.
us, too.
Between the two of us, that's
really
good.
not bad.
That's why it's good there's 2 of us. Somebody usually has something on the needle.
Right. I mean, mine, I have to honestly say, after I finished my projects, it was slow going.
She had a hard time picking something new
I didn't know what to do. I wanted something worsted weight and kind of quick.
Me, on the other hand.
I will say, that is really quick. I started that on Tuesday.
What, the shawl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I might do that.
I might do the cedar shawl afterwards.
I love that.
Yeah. So, we'll see. And worsted. Or whatever I have. I don't know.
So, moving on to rate your date. I have nothing. 0 to rate. I didn't finish anything this week.
I got a couple things.
Yeah, she's so much
Yeah,
better
well,
than me.
No, I have more knitting time. I work 3 nights overnight.
I had tons of knitting time last week. I just didn't knit.
No, I have a ton of knitting time. So, this is, it's just a dishcloth. It's a diagonal dishcloth.
Hold it up so they can see it.
Hold it, stretch it a little so that they can see.
Move it towards me.
Okay.
There we go.
So it's knit on the diagonal.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
I like this one. I've used this before. It is called Illuminator's Diagonal Dishcloth. It's by Jana Trent. Use size 6 needle, which it turns out to be 4.0 millimeters. Schackenmeyer Nomada.
Yeah, Schackenmeyer Nomada.
Punto cotton.
Punto cotton.
It was 98 yards. And
it's
I
kind of hard
probably
to see, but it's like a
blue and white.
blue and a cream, maybe? Yeah, very pretty.
It was 98 yards, and I have barely any left.
Very
so
nice.
I'm making this because, as we all know, school's going to be over soon. And
Future gifts.
I'm cheap that way. No, I'm not cheap.
How is that cheap?
Well,
That's actually,
I don't know.
I just give cash to some other mom and say,
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
We are on a very fixed budget. And so I, a couple years ago, enhanced my stash greatly that I don't enhance it anymore. Not that greatly, but not compared to others. But I try and make things that are in my stash to give away. I have a ton of kitchen cotton. So I figured 2 dishcloths per teacher, where my youngest son has a lot of teachers because he's an IEP and has specialists. It comes out to 12 dishcloths total between him and my oldest son. I figure if I do like 1 a week for 2 for each teacher, and then maybe a nice bar of homemade soap. I've been looking on Etsy if somebody has some.
Oh yeah, put in recommendation for homemade
Yeah,
soap. You don't want to try to make soap?
I looked into it.
I know.
I did look into it.
I've always wanted to try that.
But they talk about lye, and that's a dangerous chemical, and I really don't want to be dealing with that. I mean, there probably are other ways, but also to invest in making soap is expensive.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to do
Just
that.
for a gift.
Right. So there was a great link on Plurk yesterday with, I don't know who did it, little sheepy soap in all different colors. It was cute, but I don't think they'd appreciate the sheep.
No, that's more of a knitter gift.
Yeah, that is. So I'm planning on doing 12 total. Probably, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I'll probably do some teacher-themed washcloths, like an apple or teacher or whatever.
That's a good idea.
So I finally can reveal my secret knitting.
Yay!
Which
Secret
Wendy's
knitting.
already seen.
I've seen the secret knitting several times.
Wendy's already
I'm
seen.
so lucky.
It was made out of my Miss Babs. Sorry, something got stuck. It's from Laura Linneman from the Knit Girls. I'm giving the Knit Girls love this week, apparently. It's called
all Knit Girls.
Little Bit Sock. And if you can see, it's a little bit of cable and a little bit of lace.
It's very
and
pretty.
A little bit of 2x3, 2x4, 3x4 ribbing. I don't know. And it's got some cabling on the heel.
We're really on the ball this week.
I'm sorry. I love it.
I love it too. It's very pretty.
I actually have to rip it out. No fault to the designer. My fault. Miss Babs, and I do this as an FYI, in Ravelry is listed as 355 yards for the sport weight. On the label, it's listed as 225. So not enough for 2 pairs of socks with 6-inch heels or 6-inch cuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip it out, see how much grams is for the foot, because let's face it, your length of your foot's not going to change.
No.
So I'm going to see how much this is, and then
this has been causing Sheila a heartbreak ever since
really
she
was.
found out.
I was so sick because I loved it so much. So I'm going to weigh this and see how much it takes and then divide the skein evenly so that I can knit 2. Not at a time, but it's really nice. I really want to do this. I love this.
I know. It's very
really
pretty yarn.
The color is absolutely gorgeous.
And I love how...
it's a nice denim blue.
The yarn is really what I like to call boingy.
Yeah,
it's just very twisty and lofty and squishy, and it's good.
It is. I love it. So
very nice.
That's considered finished because I finished the test. I only needed to knit 1 sock, but I will be ripping it out.
But she'd like to have a pair.
Right. I will be doing, this will probably be my next cast on after I finish my toe-up socks.
So if anybody's watching this who can edit the Miss Babs product page on Ravelry.
We might have to just add another, not the product page, the yarn. Cause
the yarn, that's what I mean, the yarn page.
There's 3 different listings for Miss Babs Sport Weight.
Oh, so maybe you were just looking at the wrong one.
No, I looked at each and every single one of them.
Well, that needs to be fixed, because that's a sure way to disappoint a knitter.
Well, it's also my fault for not looking at the
actual skein.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you know,
it is what it is. Ooh.
But the other thing is when you're purchasing it, you might want to verify with the seller that how many yardage there is. So I showed you my Harold, the houseplant monster, last week when it was dyed. Guess what? It's all sewn up.
Oh, he came out so cute.
I really, I was debating on which side to put the eye, and I really like this.
I do too. It reminds me of the dog from the Little Rascals.
Yeah. So I'm hoping she'll like it. I think she will. He is adorable, and it's definitely will be another knit.
And
his eyes
I
are
love
a little offset.
I love the tie-dye effect.
I think I'm definitely going to do this again. I had a lot of fun with it, and Kool-Aid, you can't go wrong with Kool-Aid.
It smells so good.
But yeah, he's
very cute. I love him.
I love his toes. I love his little thumbs.
I know. I gotta knit one of those.
This would probably be good out of sock yarn too. It'd be smaller, but
I was so tempted to knit that sock monkey from Rebecca Danger with my sock monkey yarn. And by the way, I did put a link to where you can buy the sock monkey yarn. It wasn't on my project notes because I'm a bad.
I know, but if I was
bad blogger.
If I was a good blogger, I would have rewatched us, but I didn't. Sorry.
All right, so is that it for you?
That is it for my finished projects, and I'm dropping everything. I'm sorry.
In the Knit One Heart 2 Fabulous Home Studio.
You don't want to know what it's made of. This is my home, and I have
We've got a really elaborate setup this week. We're not used to it. It's fancy.
Instead of bending down, instead of seeing my head like this, you're now seeing me like this.
We have set up some. But
I'll have to set it up here next time. I don't know. We're still working on it.
Future dates. I'll just go since I'm going first every time this week.
Sure, you can be first this week.
I didn't get any work done on the modified Queen Anne's lace scarf that I was going to work on last week because I just didn't have time, and also because I'm really enjoying the traveling sweater, and I really am. I'm obsessed with getting it done before I actually travel.
I think that would be a great sweater to wear, so I don't blame you.
I'm excited about it. But I was going to do some amigurumi because I was kind of looking around. I found 2 really cute patterns. And I brought one to show you because it's so well written and it's so cute. So this is definitely one of my future dates, maybe this week. It's called Percy the Elephant. I just got to show you the cute pattern page. There's Percy. No, it's free.
Really?
It is a free pattern. Percy the Elephant. And look at this. For you people out there who have not crocheted a lot, I'm not going to show you everything because I don't want to violate copyright. She does these wonderful step-by-step instructions with photographs. And she does it with every step of the project.
That's nice.
And she also has these cute little cartoons on her pattern. I just love it. It's called Percy the Elephant by Renee Gurumi, and it's free on Ravelry. And hopefully I'll have one of these little guys to show you next week. But I just really wanted to show off the pattern because clearly this pattern designer takes a lot of care with her patterns. And would also make it really fun for people out there who've crocheted dishcloths or squares and stuff, but haven't really moved into the amigurumi part of crocheting. So I just wanted to say that. That's definitely one of my future dates, and that's it for me.
Well, I'm thinking of possibly showing the love to the owl.
Again.
Well, my swap partner likes owls for my Rebecca Danger, and I got a black canvas bag from what we have, Joanne Fabrics. It's like AC Moore, it's like Michael's. It's one of those big box crafty stores.
U.S. big box store.
Yeah. So I got a black duffel drawstring bag, and I got an iron-on sequenced owl that I'll secure with the little stitching as well.
That'll be cute.
And so I figured that, plus my owlings, but I'm not sure because she lives in California, but I'm sure you could still use those.
It gets where northern
I don't
or
know.
southern.
I got to look at the address again, and then maybe
it
I'll
does.
this.
It gets cool in the winter. It doesn't get cold, but it gets cool.
So I really like this. I've been wanting to knit it either for my brother who's really into owls now, or my swap partner, one or the other.
That's cute.
The other thing that I keep saying, and this time I took it a step further, is my slippers. I was looking in my stash. I found, I think, a blue yarn that I'm going to use for the sole, and I'm going to use all my odds and ends of feltable wool.
Oh, good idea.
They're probably not going to match, but I think that'll be more fun.
That can make it fun.
And what's it? The Technicolor Dreamcoat, whatever, something like that. It's going to be a whole bunch of different odds and ends. But
you should just knit every row in a different color so they're all stripy.
Well, I'll knit until I run out because
well, that's
I don't want even more chunks of yarn. So I might do. I have plenty. I have 3 sets of 13 needles. That's what it takes for that, and I could have 2 going at a time, so that I
reflection of my necklace there.
So that I might be able to make them matching. I'm not sure. I gotta look into it, but I'm definitely, once I finish, I think the shawl, which will be soon, I'm gonna cast on for those because I really
that'll be fun.
Do need.
I feel like felting something now that you say that. Every time
if you
say
find
anything,
your bag, I would be more than happy to felt it.
I can't find it anywhere. All
the
right,
cat stole it.
I think that I'll just blame it on the kids. I think the kids took it.
Sure, why not?
Crushes and heartbreaks. Anything for you?
Coffee or caffeine for today because I've been up since 10:30 last night. We'll talk about that later. The other crush is owls, but we've already discussed that. And then I'm showing some love. He asked us to do this, so I'm showing some love to Steve at Dramatic Knits. I'm sure everyone is aware of Wendy Johnson's Japanese garden shawl. If you're not, go to Ravelry, Wendy Johnson's Japanese garden shawl. I will link it. If you purchase the pattern, all proceeds besides what PayPal takes for fees is going to go to the Red Cross to help Japan with their earthquake and tsunami.
Wow, that's great.
So Steve at Dramatic Knits is a riot. Oh, can we pause that?
Yeah, we can pause that.
We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Sorry about that. The phone rang, and with things going on with my son, we'll explain that later. And I have hair in my mouth. I'm sorry. I had to get that. It wasn't about him, but anyway. So we were talking about Wendy Johnson's Japanese garden shawl. Steve from Dramatic Knits loves to knit, but obviously he's not going to wear a Japanese garden shawl. So what he's doing is he's making the Japanese garden shawl out of a wool mise. I believe it's wool mise. I could be wrong on that. And he's going to put it up for auction.
Wow.
And all the proceeds, any of the money that he makes from that auction or finally sells for the auction, is going to go to the Red Cross. And he just asked on his podcast this past weekend if fellow podcasters would share the love and put it out there. So that's what I'm doing.
Good.
Putting it out there. I personally am not going to knit a Japanese garden shawl. I'm not at that level of lace yet, I don't think. Well,
I think you could.
I am not that comfortable with it.
Sheila is not a fearless knitter.
No.
She's not.
Sometimes I am. So I'm putting out the crush on Steve, and I do love this video cast.
Yeah, that he is good.
Maybe it's just more than a garden shawl crush.
Maybe. My crush for this week is just this Valley Yarns Northfield. I really have a crush on it, and if I didn't already have way more yarn than a normal person should have, I would be on the internet at Webs buying some more.
Well, that whole sale thing makes me kind of want to buy a sweater because I wouldn't mind doing this, but at the same time, I mean, I don't have the stash that some of our friends or Wendy or anyone else has. I have like 100 skeins.
I like to think that I have a moderately large stash.
But it's still too much for me. Especially my sock yarn is easily 50 or more % of that.
I know that my stash is a problem. I think I have, at last count, about 90 skeins of sock yarn. I mean, that's assuming that I could knit a pair of socks a week, which I can't.
Would take you
90 weeks of knitting. And we're not even counting the other stuff that's in my stash, all the worsted weight and the lace weight. And I don't know. I did a stash stir 2 weekends ago. I go in and I refresh the lavender and the soap and stuff that I keep in the bag to keep the baddies away from it, the moths and the carpet beetles. And I found like 15 things that I hadn't stashed that were, in there. And I just went through. I do it periodically. I wanted to see if there was anything I could give my mom. But I've pretty much given away all of my unloved yarn.
Your mom doesn't have to go to any store. She just goes to
my mom
your
just goes to my house.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. My mom's in town right now. She's probably going to be watching this when I get home. And she's probably knitting socks or a dishcloth.
Oh, is she knitting dishcloth?
She's doing dishcloth.
Maybe I can commission her to knit some dishcloth.
She totally would. Just give her the yarn. She'll do it.
I don't mind knitting them, by all means. They're fun. They're a quick, easy knit.
That's all I have for my crushes. Totally check out Web's webpage if you want to get some DK yarn. That's really nice. So, and
I wish I needed stash.
Baubles and Bling.
I got one.
You got Baubles and Bling?
Yeah. It's not much of a bauble.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Okay, so I bought this. It's called Leisure Arts Creative Collection to knit. It's a 2005 publication. It's got some nice sweaters, hats for the whole family, and unfortunately it got a little wet this morning, but that's beside the point.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my son's water bottle leaked in my knitting bag today.
Oh.
Probably my fault because I'm the one who put the water bottle there, but it'll dry out. So I really liked the sweater. Although I do have the sweater book where you can learn how to knit any sweater you want, top up.
Yeah, I think
seamless.
I have that one too.
The reason I got this is because I got it at the dollar store. It was $1. $1. If I was to just make one hat out of this, I've already gotten my money's worth.
Yeah.
And there's actually a cute little bag that goes with the hats, and I'm not going to be able to find it because it's all wet. Problem is it says to go to chart 5. There is no chart 5.
Hence the reason why it might have been at the dollar.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna see if.
But there are also several other cute
erratas.
things. I'm sure there's an errata for it.
I can probably figure it out. So here is.
That is a cute bag.
And it's that's glaring. I'm sorry. There we go. It's I think it's seamed. I don't know. You could do it in the round. It's a cable and lace. You could easily do it in the round. I just need to try and find the cable and lace in the book, but I couldn't. I saw it at a dollar store and I couldn't not take it.
No, that's a good
I mean,
deal.
it's $1. How can you not?
Well, I think for Baubles and Bling, we are both bargain shoppers this week because I got some bling. I went to a new store in my town called Job Lots. I don't know. I know there's one. I know there are a couple of them in Massachusetts. I don't know about other states in the United States.
I heard of it first from my aunt who lives in Florida.
So maybe it is a nationwide chain. Anyway, I was shopping at Ye Olde Job Lots with my mom and found these canvas totes. Good size totes. Got a snap closure, square bottom, and it's lined with pink and has a little pocket. These were $3.99 a piece, so I got
$2.99.
$2.99. God, what's
That's what you told me.
I think it'll say on here.
Well, it says
$7.99. It was originally $7.99,
which is still a bargain.
$2.99. So $3 basically for this bag. I got this one with the little ribbon top. I got this one.
I like that one.
With the brown and pink dots, and on the inside, polka dots. And I got this purple and brown one, different style.
I really like the
with
color of the purple
plain
and brown.
purple inside that I'm keeping my sweater project
Look how much you can fit in it.
Yeah, it's nice, big bag, $3 a piece. I'm totally going back there. Oh. I just spilled my iced tea on Sheila's chair. On the studio.
Is it on the chair? I am not worried about
A
it.
little bit.
These
Sorry.
chairs were reupholstered from fabric from Building 19, which is a also discount store in
But
Massachusetts.
yeah, Job Lots. Who knew? I mean, I went in there because my mom and I love to shop at place. Big Lots is another place that I like to go where you can find.
Well, isn't Big Lots? I thought Big Lots and Job Lots were the same.
Well, it's not the same.
Oh,
But
maybe it's
the
Big Lots.
same kind of store.
Maybe Big Lots is the one that's in Florida.
But this was at Job Lots, and they had a ton of stuff in there. I found it over in the section where they had all the summer coolers and everything.
Oh.
And I thought for $3 a bag, they're really nice quality canvas. It's not cheap canvas. They're nice and thick and they're lined. And I thought that'd make a great gift bag.
Yes.
It would make a great project bag, which is what they'll probably end up being.
A great teacher gift.
A great teacher gift.
For any
Yeah,
of those
a
people
house,
who
you know,
have
like a house warming gift or a
birthday
house
gift.
guest
Yeah.
gift, a hostess gift, whatever. So yeah, very cheap, $9. I got 3 of them. I am so going back. Although I was at a PTO meeting last night and everyone was admiring the purple bag.
So did you tell them when you got them?
I should have lied, but
I know,
I did
come
tell
on.
them where I got them.
So forget it. I'm not going to be able to get any.
So there were a couple of ladies who were going to be heading over there today. But
that would
that's
be nice.
my one bauble. And then I got a second one that I'm just going to give a shout out to my mom. She bought me a new bead. Let's see if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see with the glare. It says hope on it, and it has a diamond-like jewel.
Ooh, a diamond light.
For my bracelet, this is a bracelet. They sell this style of bracelet at the paper store or Hallmark, and I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it. It's Charmian or something like that.
There's a couple of them.
Chameleon.
There's troll beads.
Trolly,
yeah,
yeah.
there's a whole bunch of different styles.
But my
nowadays.
mom did get me a new bead for that, and I have been buying myself new beads for every 10 pounds that I lose.
Good
So
for you.
I'm almost up to my 3rd bead.
Yay.
So yeah, that's my baubles and bling for today.
That's all I have.
That's all you have, and then
gossip
gossip and innuendo.
Did you want to talk about the gadget first, and then we'll do the other?
Yeah,
All
you
right.
can go.
So we figured for gossip and innuendo, we'd talk about knitting gadgets. Everybody has them. Everybody needs them, and that includes.
Especially after that tip with the plastic bag. You
Yeah.
know, I thought, oh, it'd be kind of interesting to see what other people are using.
This is a needle gauge that our friend Stella, Starlet Stella on Ravelry gave us. It's in the shape of a snowflake, and
I'm
it's
so jealous
got,
of it. It's very pretty.
I think it's U.S. needle sizes.
Yes, those are U.S. needle sizes.
So it's green and it's really pretty. I don't carry this around because I think it could break easily.
Yeah.
She also gave us.
Oh yes, we had the little man that you can poke holes in. This
Yeah.
is from an Etsy store, and mine got broken by carrying it around in my bag. The legs broke off, and then the head broke off, and then my mom broke hers by sitting on it.
It's called I Needle You. So I don't know
You.
if that's the name of the Etsy store.
But
and
if
then,
you-
of course,
You
the
can look
sock
it up for
blocker.
the notes. That's cute though, because every time you size needle, you're stabbing the little man, and
And then this is called 7 Yaks Design at 7yaks.etsy.com.
that's so
Little
cute.
snowflake. I don't know what else they have. They may have other designs, but it's really cute.
Yeah, that is.
And of
really
course,
cute.
everybody probably has
the knit kit.
pill case. No, the knit kit. This is the original one. I love it, and I put a little flower on the back of mine. Bling it up. My tape measure broke from this, and apparently it was past the warranty, so I carry a
have one
separate
too.
tape
Oops.
measure.
I have the original. Oh no, that's the original.
This is the original.
I gave the original to my mom. I got the 2nd generation black.
Anything she doesn't want, her mom gets.
My mom totally benefits.
So
from
I'm
the
sure
fact that I
everybody's
buy too much knitting
seen
stuff.
this. It's got the row counter and the little crochet hook and this, and inside you get all your goodies.
Yep, in the back.
Oops, I'm gonna lose some needles. Sorry.
I keep. Yeah, we both keep a darning needle in
Yeah,
there.
which now the newer ones come with the darning needle, 2 different size crochet hooks, the tape measure, the stitch counter. Now I got
but
newer one.
the red one.
The red one. I returned it. It was not a good quality. I think because they added more and wanted to keep the price similar, the quality went down. This is just
didn't
my
have
opinion.
a lock for the.
It didn't have a lock,
the clicker.
and the clicker was not smooth functioning. So I returned it. I figured, you know what? All I'm missing is the tape measure here. Not a big deal. So I also have my little Kitchener dog tag, my cheat sheet. That
See, Kitchener, that's like one thing I can always remember how to do.
I know. Knit-Selenius. I think you can get it. Knit Picks might have it. A bunch of people have these.
A lot of places carry them.
I have. This is carrot sticks, and I've been seeing this on a lot of blogs lately with the wrap per inch tool. But this is the 2-inch ruler, so that if you were doing socks and for contest and you needed it to at least 2-inch cuff. That was Summer of Socks one year, and then this is the typical needle sizes you would need in both U.S. and metric. And puppy dog snips that our friend again, Starlet Stella, gave us. She loves little gadgets.
Little gadgets. She's always on the lookout.
We benefit from it. This is, I don't know if you guys know this, and this is Tupperware.
It's a Tupperware.
It's a keychain that our friend Tara gave us. And we actually, it's from their, I don't know, I don't remember the exact Tupperware
when you have
design.
A Tupperware party, there are little grab gifts, giveaways. These are from that.
So, but I mean, this is based off of an actual Tupperware product. And so I put my stitch markers in it. And it holds it very well. And I had another one that's on the floor, so I'm not going to pull it up. But this is my little gadget. And I probably have more. This is just a little cosmetic bag that I use for my notions. And I use a used York peppermint patty for other things inside. And scissors. And who doesn't need a calculator every now and again?
I don't have I have a calculator on my phone.
Well, this is in case my phone wasn't handy.
Oh, and your
chibis.
Chibi?
Chibi.
I always call it chibi.
Oh, I always call it chibi. I don't know.
Who knows?
Scissors.
It's probably chibi.
Have scissors beyond belief, cable needle, all sorts of things. Miscellaneous stuffing. That's all my gadgets, but just little fun gadgets, row gauges,
I have the same basic gadgets. I got this awesome. It has a little sheep on it. I wish I could tell you who I got this from. I got it at the at the Massachusetts Sheep and Wool last year. And you put it around your neck, and everything that's on this little plastic tag can zoom out with an elastic cord there, so that if I need to cut something, I can pull it out. And when I'm working at knit night and I don't want to leave a lot of stuff on the table where it can get knocked off, I usually bring this. And I keep, you can see I keep a lot of crap on there, stitch markers, and then I use this sewing tape. It's clear highlighter tape. I use it to mark the line on my, when I'm using a chart. And then I love these. These are Deborah's Garden needle sizers. I have one for regular needles and I have one for European needles. They are so pretty. You can get them as a plain attachment like I have now, but she also sells them on a necklace. They're pretty enough to be jewelry. And she has one, I think, that's sterling silver, so it really is jewelry. And she might also have a gold one. I picked these up at Yarn and Fiber Company in New Hampshire. I think I picked one of them up there, and then I picked up another one when I was at Stitches East. I picked up the European one because I don't need to know European sizes very often, but every once in a while I'll pick up a pattern. I think Isolde Teague's patterns one of them that I had, the Liesl, I think, only gave the European size, so now I have both. And then I also have a puppy snip. They're really cute. So really little.
They cut really good too.
Yes, they do. And I love it to cut my tape that I have hooked on here. And I also use Knit Picks interchangeables primarily right now as my interchangeable, and I keep a Knit Picks key on there. That way, if I need to tighten or take apart my stuff, I know that I have a key right handy. It doesn't get lost because it's stuck on here. Yeah. And that's really the big. I have that with me most of the time. I also have my knit kit. The one thing that I carry in here that Sheila doesn't have, I have a little tiny stitch holder It's a little one. And I keep that for those times like when you knit the underarm of a sleeve and you need to have like 3 stitches on a holder.
That's because I haven't really knit a sweater yet. So.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. I find I need it every once in a while.
Uh-huh.
But those are my big gadgets that I use. I also have a really nice what do you call it? Namaste buddy that Sheila gave me. It's really pretty, an eggplant, and I have a pair of scissors in there, a bunch of needles and stuff like that. That's usually what I use at home. It's in I have all my knitting in a big hassock in front of my couch that you can take the top off of, and all my knitting's in there, and that's what I have there for my at-home work. I like the scissors in there the best, but they're really sharp and pointy, so I don't take them in public. Yeah. They're like those, they're the little bird shears that you use for sewing, crocheting and sewing. Yeah, I have those, and I don't want to poke myself. I would never wear them around my neck. That would be a mistake.
No,
so
you might as well run with scissors.
That's my tools thing, and I am totally casting on socks before I go to Germany, and I'm going to use Jeanette 93's plastic bag suggestion and see how it works and tell you all about it. And when I get back from Germany, I'm happy to tell you that I will definitely be reviewing Addie Lace Clicks because I do have a set.
Waiting for you?
It's waiting. It's going to be waiting for me at my hotel in Frankfurt.
Good for you. Yay. How exciting.
I know. I'm very excited about that. So that's all for my gadget idea. On the bright side, though, we've made a lot of friends on Plurk.
Yes, Plurk.
And we love comments on the blog because we just love to hear what people have to say, even if it's a suggestion about something.
Like not bending down. So we're trying.
We have a lot of friends who routinely critique our performance on the show. So
you notice I'm sitting on my hands.
I did bend over and pick something up.
I've left whatever
gonna kick me.
I've left whatever has fallen on the floor until we're done. We have our studio set up over here. You can't see a good thing.
Our studio.
But
the Knit One Heart 2 Studios.
Yes, we want to thank everyone who's watched us.
Yes.
And I think we probably hit an hour by now.
I know.
Even with the break. So thank you for watching us. If you're watching us on iTunes, you can see our show notes at knitoneheart2too.blogspot.com.
Yay!
You can reach us at knitoneheart2too@gmail.com. We can be found on Plurk at knitoneheart2too. We share the Plurk account. I hope that doesn't bother anyone.
But
if it does, sorry.
Well,
we're not going to change it right now.
Our Ravelry group is called The Crafty Bus. That's a group that we had before we started the show. And you're certainly welcome to join us over there. It's a bunch of crazy gals. We just babble.
Kind of quiet right
now.
We're doing stash knitting. I am Sheila D37 on Sheila D37 on Ravelry and Spark People. I'm sorry, I'm tired. It's been
she
since
hasn't
10:30.
slept. And I'm Penny Wenny on Ravelry, Penny Wenny 2 on Spark People. Friend me if you're on there. And thank you for coming back, or if you're a first-time viewer, thank you for tuning in and making it this far. I might have to cut this down a little bit because it has to be under a gigabyte in order for me to upload it.
Oh, we're sorry. We've been gagging and gagging. It's time for us to go.
It's the craptastic week.
Have a good week. Knit with heart.
Knit with heart.
Thanks for joining in.
We're out.